Hi everyone, yasas, que kalos to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today we're going to be getting dinner on the table in 15 minutes with my delicious and simple and easy to make shrimp ladolemono salad. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin by making the dressing. So the Ladolemono dressing is so easy to make and it can be used as a dressing or a marinade. So I always make more than I need. Just add lots of olive oil to a little jar. However much olive oil you're putting, you're going to add half the amount of the olive oil and lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice is best, so make sure you juice your fresh lemons. Pour it in there and then add 1 or 2 garlic cloves depending on how much dressing you're making. A hefty teaspoon of dried oregano, some salt, a little pinch of salt, and some freshly cracked black pepper, and either whisk it up or shake it up until everything comes together and set that aside. Now we're going to prepare the greens. So I'm using a combination of baby salad greens and some arugula. Arugula is peppery and just really fresh and delicious. Put them all in a big bowl. I also like to add some grape tomatoes to this that I'm just going to slice in half. Add them to the lettuce, and I already have some scallions, parsley, and dill that are chopped from another recipe, and they go really well in this. They add lots of freshness and flavor, so I'm going to go ahead and add those to the salad, and a little drizzle of olive oil and some salt. So a chef taught me this trick, and ever since I heard it, I always do this to my greens. Before you dress your greens, it's a good idea to add the tiniest bit of olive oil and salt. It adds so much flavor to them and brings everything all together and kind of wakes everything up. Next, I'll drizzle a little bit of that Ladolemono dressing just until they're a tiny bit coated in it. Not too much because you don't want them to wilt. Toss them all together and set that aside. Now we'll prepare our shrimp. So the shrimp is in a plate. These are peeled and deveined. They still have the tail on, and I'm just going to drizzle a tiny bit of olive oil on top and season them lightly with some salt and pepper. Toss them up. My cast iron skillet has been heating over medium-high heat. I'll add a couple tablespoons of olive oil to it, and these are going to cook about 2 minutes on each side or until they're nice and pink and they get a little bit of a char on them. Try not to overcook them so that way they don't become rubbery. Transfer them to a clean plate, and then of course we're going to dress them with the Ladolemono, which is going to really brighten them up and freshen them up and add a lot of flavor. Toss them in the dressing, and now it's time to put the salad together. So I'll transfer the salad to a platter and top it with feta cheese, and then we're going to add the Ladolemono shrimp on top. And last but not least, you can do croutons on top of this because they taste really good. But I'm going to make these croutons using barley rusks. These are traditionally used in Crete, and they're used to make the delicious taco salad. They have to be wet a little bit because they're super crunchy. So wet them in a little bit of water, just soak them on both sides just for a couple of seconds, and then cut them into chunks or pieces. Next, I'm just going to toss them in a little bit of that Ladolemono dressing. That's a lemony olive oil dressing, so that way there's so much flavor in the salad. Arrange them around the salad, and that's it. The salad is ready to be served. Okay, so just like that, the salad is done, and Ladolemono, which I should have told you in the beginning, translates to olive oil and lemon. So it's just a delicious dressing and one of my favorite dressings to have on hand. You can use it as a dressing or even as a marinade. It tastes so good if you marinate chicken with this, and of course you could add some more flavors to it. Lovely as a salad dressing, as you just saw. It's just going to be perfect. Now, if you want to leave out the barley rusks and make some croutons, I do have a video on how to do that, and I will link it down below. Time for the taste test. Do the shrimp first. Perfect. I love this dressing on fish and shrimp. You could literally cook any white fish like this simply with salt and pepper, and then just put that Ladolemono on top, and it is perfection. I love these croutons. Barley rusks are so good. I grew up eating these. We make a salad in Crete made with the barley rusk and tomatoes and feta or mizithra if you're lucky enough to ever have it in Greece. And it's just simple and delicious. And barley rusks are really nutritious too, but they are very crispy, so you have to soak them in water a little bit or let them soak up those liquids if you like them really crunchy. In Greece, sometimes they soak them and sometimes they don't when they top them on salads. And they do have little bite-sized versions of these which are perfect. I can't get them here, but the big one does the trick. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. The exact measurements are on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. If you want to learn how to make homemade croutons, click over here and I will see you right over there. Yes, delicious.